All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rico back at it again, joined by my homeboy from Arizona. I know he's a
Let's
native of
go.
Buffalo, but he's an Arizona guy. Or you a Phoenix guy? Which are you?
I'm a Buffalo guy, but I
Ah,
live
there
in
you
there.
go. He's a Buffalo guy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's stream, the live show. For those that have joining us, I can't even speak English right now. For those that are joining us from Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, welcome. It's a back-to-back show by your boy Rico, joined by Spence the King. Spence, the rookie right now. My man's is
Yeah.
putting in that work right now. Listen, before I get into our topics of the night, Spence, man, how was your day? What did you do today? Tell me, because you look mad relaxed right now.
I'm chilling. Actually, today was a good day. I just got back from we went to a water park. It's hot out here today, so there you got to make an appointment and you can go, and they let a certain amount of people in. But it was definitely worth it out here today. It's like 112 degrees. So yeah, I
I
needed the water.
listen, man. Today was like 33 degrees, and I was like, yo, but you guys go by Fahrenheit over there, so I don't know
Right, right.
how you equate, but like 30, we are at 30 degrees, and I was like, yo, the sun ain't for me. People don't realize, man. Black folk, we don't tan, but we get darker. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
we
We
definitely get darker. I got
For
three
sure.
shades darker today, for sure.
Yo, I try to because I'm already dark. I'm already dark. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to stay in the sun and get crispy. You know what I mean? Looking like purple. I ain't trying to do that. So yeah, man. So I'm glad that you had a good day. It was a sunny day for me. I jumped into the pool. I'm not a pool guy. I don't know. You know how to
Yeah,
swim? You swim?
yeah, yeah.
Shit, you swim like a fish?
You got to, man.
Oh shit. I don't. Me in the water. We're not friends like that. But
No.
when you have kids and the kids know how to swim, you got to be able to swim myself. So I jumped in the pool today. It felt nice. So my man Dan Brown says 112 degrees. He's like, where you at? Yo, he's in Phoenix.
Yeah,
Well, my boy have a dog.
I got two.
What is that? A golden
This
doodle?
is the puffy. No, this is a Havanese and something mix. It's another one of those
One of those
little
mix. Okay, you got
poodles.
two. You got two of the
Yeah.
same dogs.
No, then I got everyone. Everybody knows Butter. Come here.
My man got a dog and everything. You got two dogs.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
my
that's a
big
big
boy.
boy. Oh yeah, that's a
Yeah,
big boy. Damn, you gonna let that dog lick you in the face and everything.
that's my guy, man. It's my kid.
You know what it is. You know what I will never know because I'm not a I've never owned any pets in my lifetime, but I always found it comical yet cringeworthy when the owners and the dogs are licking each other and do. I'm like, oh, that's too much. That's too
I got
much.
you. I used to feel the same way. I did. I really did. And then once I got him, actually the dog I got before him, completely changed my opinion on all of that.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
You got to get out
So
too.
yeah, I hear you,
All
man.
right.
So listen, man, we are. I promised you guys that I'll be doing a show today, and here we are. Um, and joined by my guy Jay Spence. My man Ben Johnson said he's a cat person. Not for me.
Not me
You
either.
no, not for you either.
No,
Cats are
I
snobby.
can't
They're
do
very
cats.
snobby. If they don't want none of you, they don't want no parts of you.
Yeah, they just
They
don't
kind of
deal
like,
with you.
yeah, man. No, I'm not having that. If I was gonna get a
No.
pet, it'd be a dog. You know what I mean, the dogs
Yeah.
they want to rough around with you. You know what I mean, rough. Anyway, here we are talking. I'm being a cornball right now. Here we are talking Bills football, right? So, my man and I we talked about it today, and we were going to bring up a topic each on what we could talk about right now. And I'm going to, before we get into it, I got to give a shout out to each and every one of y'all that's in the room right now. Jeff Yin Yang's in the building. What up, Jeff? I see
What's
you.
up, Jeff?
Jeff Yin Yang's in the building. I see Dried Ocean is in the building. Chris Clark, Brian Bowers. Brian Bowers, how are you, man? Who else is Hayden Black's in the building? Daniel, William Reddick, Brian Bowers, Ben Johnson, Jason. Listen, man, there's a whole bunch of people in here, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. There's 62 members right now. So do me a favor, do us a favor. Smash that like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and let's get it popping. So the topic is going to be in Jay Spence's hands. I'll let you introduce it and we'll talk about it. Let's go.
Well, the thing that I was interested in last night or early this morning, I can't remember. Pierre tweeted out that there's a lot of media members who still can't admit that they were wrong about how they view Josh Allen prior to the draft. So everybody wants to talk about how bad Josh is, how he sucks, he's inaccurate, and he's this and that.
Yep.
Last year, he proved everybody wrong, in my opinion. I know he had a couple boneheaded moments,
Okay.
like in the playoff game, the lateral that he tried to do, and a couple other plays. But for the most part, the big picture, he proved
Yep.
everybody wrong. So why is the narrative still in the media that Josh Allen is a horrible quarterback? They're still not, like I read something earlier where someone said that the Buffalo Bills still aren't sure that Josh is going to be a part of their future.
See, that's people that
In
just
what
don't know.
world?
That's people
Exactly.
that don't cover the team and don't know. They read a
Yeah.
couple headlines here and there, and they go from there. So, and I love that because I'm gonna read exactly what Pierre's thread was because my man is getting a lot of love. He's got 1,000 likes already. He's got 132 retweets. He thinks he's the man right now because he put a little something out there and he's got a lot of love, right?
He's feeling
So
himself today.
he's feeling himself big time, man. So Pierre the Kingpin tweeted this. He said, "Many people were wrong when evaluating Josh Allen coming out of college. It's perfectly okay to admit that is a fact. Okay?
Mhm.
It's insane to keep saying Josh Allen is trash over and over and over again, expecting your take to eventually become true. Because a lot of people will do that, right? Will the real Josh Allen fans please stand up?"
Let's go.
That was his
Let's go.
tweet. Let's go. Look, you got
Let's
Jay Spence
go.
hyped up.
I'm ready, man.
He's hyped up.
Let's
So
go.
here's the deal. We always have to rock with our guys. You feel me? And I'll be the first to admit, and Pierre said it, sometimes you just have to admit when you're wrong, right? I was not on board with drafting Josh Allen with our first round pick. I was on the Lamar Jackson trip. I was like, yo, give me Lamar Jackson, let's roll.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm
I'm
saying?
with you.
You know what I mean?
I got receipts
And
for that too.
okay. So, and everybody can pull my receipts up. My receipts are wide open, right?
Yeah.
So, and I was like, when we drafted him, I was like, really? We went with Josh Allen? I thought we would have been Lamar Jackson, or we probably would have went with Josh Rosen, but we went with Josh Allen. So I was like, ugh. But the more I started to look more into the film and see what's really good, then I'm like, he's on our team now. We have no choice but to embrace him. But
Right.
national media doesn't want to do it. So what is it, in your opinion, that people just don't want to give him the opportunity or give him that platform? What is it about him that they don't like?
Well, to me, it's two things. First, it's the fact that he plays for the Buffalo Bills. You know, like I know now we're starting to get some love. We're getting the primetime games this season, but for the most part, we still don't get the love that we're supposed to get as a team. You know, they respect our defense, but I mean, now it's like, okay, now they got Stephon Diggs. Like that's it. We have a
I'm
squad this year, man.
Listen, we not only do we have a squad, it's not a joke. You're not going to mess with us in all departments, right? And
No.
I need to say this because I don't like to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy just to play devil's advocate because right now Pierre's tweet got you almost standing up out of your chair to get
Yeah, I'm
all
ready. I'm like,
riled
let's
up.
go. Let's go.
To
Let's
get
play.
riled up. I, on the other hand, am not that guy.
Okay.
Okay? So now, does he deserve the trash talking that they say about him and the hate and all that stuff? Absolutely not. And I think, and you said it, he proved it enough last year to say, okay, everybody shut up now. Y'all saw that what I can do on national TV. Y'all saw what I did against the Dallas Cowboys. Y'all saw what I did against the Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh
Steelers.
Steelers, yep.
You feel me? So enough already. Enough. Y'all see my clutch gene. I got some clutch in me. Stop it. However, the bonehead things that he does, I think, is what throws people off, right? I think that because he didn't go to a big school either, right, throws people off. So they look at what he did, and it's unfortunate because that's just a trait that people have. They remember certain things from your past, and they never erase it. It just follows you. Some people just don't know how to say, "Okay, start from a new slate. Let's go." They're like, "Oh no, I remember him from Wyoming. He was this, that, and the third." And I feel like that some people are like that. And when they look at his first year, they're like, "Oh man, look how erratic he is." But then he has some really good moments where he splashes, and you're like, "Okay, we see it because that's our guy." But do we have the goggles on? That's what I'm trying to get to. Are we
No,
wearing goggles? Are we trying
I
to
don't think we
force
do in
things?
Buffalo.
Talk to me.
I don't. I think 'cause we very honestly talk about the things that Josh needs to improve on. He obviously needs to improve on the deep ball this season. Last season, we talked about how he needed to improve his accuracy on the short and intermediate throws. He did that. You know, we talked about how he had to have less turnovers
Yep.
after week 5 or week 6, I believe.
Yep.
He did that. There was less turnovers for the second half of the season. He barely had any. So we talked about all these areas that he had to improve in Buffalo. That's what we say.
Yes.
So it's not about what the national media says. We are very honest, but at the same time, he's not as horrible as all these people are saying.
No, he definitely is not. But would you I gotta give a shout out to my guy Simon Bernard. He says Rico knows what he's talking about. I appreciate that love, man. So does my guy Jay Spence. Now, do you think that we do wear a bit of goggles with when it comes to our team because we love them so much and we hear so much hate and we've been hearing so much hate for so long, we get so sick and tired of it and we start making things up to make ourselves feel good? And if
No,
we say it enough,
I can't believe you're actually even asking that, man. Like, the thing is, we've been bad for so long, and we admit that we've been bad for so long. Let us admit that we're good. It's okay.
and you know what? And that's true. If you see that we've improved, just give us the props, man. We're not gonna revert back to the old ways because
Yeah.
there's too many good things that we put into place that just nullifies what we did back then, and that's the way I look at it.
Yep.
So Josh Allen getting all this hate, I'm not gonna understand it. I don't like if someone is gonna get. I don't want to call it hate, but if someone's going to get a lot of scrutiny, they should put just as much scrutiny on Sam Darnold as they do Josh Allen. But they keep making all these, I don't want to say excuses, but they keep boosting Sam Darnold up because of what the national media already had in place for him. See, and this is what Pierre's point is. Because these guys come in as draft analysts and you know what I mean, the experts, and they talk a guy up. We were just talking about that just before we went on here, right?
Yeah.
They talk a guy up, right? And they need it to be true because it makes them look good. Hey, remember me? I called it. He's nice like that, and he's gonna be real good. And they make all the excuses in the world for him until they can at least push it until he starts to do something great. With Allen, it was the reverse. He's trash. He's not gonna be good. He'll be out of the league in 5 years. Yada yada yada. So they're waiting for it. They're like, yo, it's coming, but it's not coming. It doesn't seem to be coming. So now they're trying to push it and speak a little louder so they can speak it into existence. But shame on them. I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. I think. Go ahead.
Well, it's shame on them because, one, like I said, he turned it around and he's proving that he's not what they said that he was going to be. But then also, the guys that they said were going to be great. Let's take a look at Baker Mayfield's season last season. I'm sorry. Last time I looked, the Cleveland Browns didn't make the playoffs.
Absolutely. And he didn't look any better either.
No.
He didn't look any better.
No, he looked worse. He looked good his first season.
Yes.
To me, as a rookie, Baker Mayfield looked really good. I thought once they got Odell Beckham Jr., I thought it was going to add like real explosive firepower to the offense. I don't know what happened with that. And that guy, I love Odell Beckham. That's my favorite player.
Odell, okay. There you go.
Yeah. So, I mean, him going to Cleveland, I was like, okay, I'm a Cleveland fan this season. Let's do it. It was horrible.
It was horrible. And I got to give a shout out to my guy, Cinco de Maxo. These analysts never want to admit when they're wrong. They don't.
Ever.
And when they do, it's like with a hedging. Well, he's doing well, but there's always a but, right? Just say, yo, I was straight up trash. I was wrong about it, and let's keep it moving. Just the other day, Jeremiah, it was what's it say? I think it was Jeremiah and with Moving the Sticks, and who's the guy that he always goes with? Jeremiah and the other black. I can't remember what his name. I'm losing my mind right now. But anyway, they have a segment where it's called Hit or Miss, and they happen to be talking about Tremaine Edmonds, and they're like, "Yo, it's a hit. This guy he's still young. Came into the league at 19. You know what I'm saying? And he's got a promising career ahead of him. I hit that. I said this. I said that. And then Jeremiah was like, well, and I missed on this guy. I think it was a defensive tackle for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it just wasn't working out. And he said, I missed on this. Just do that. Admit it. It's okay. You're gonna hit some and you're gonna miss some. But some of these analysts just dig in. They die on the hill, and they're gonna die. They're gonna die a slow death with the likes of Josh Allen. And I can tell you that.
If you admit it, we let you get on from it. We forgive you, and you can move on.
We definitely can.
But you live on that, and you die on that mountain. Guess what? We're gonna make sure you die on that mountain because you're gonna hear from Bills Mafia. You see all of these. You see all these posts when people talk, and you see all the Bills fans in the comment.
Yes, sir. Listen,
that's how it's gonna happen.
Okay.
That's how it's gonna happen.
So let me say this though. I know that I mentioned the goggles part, but is there some people that they have a lot of confidence in Josh Allen, but they OD a little bit, and by OD, now you start hearing about, and I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but dark horse MVP chatter. Is that OD? Is that overdoing it for the likes of Josh Allen and the MVP title, or
I'm gonna say no
is it
because I'm
fair
one of those
game?
guys. Well, I'm one of those guys that feels like he could be an MVP candidate.
Perfect.
I don't
This is
think
good.
about it on the sense that like Pierre, he's always MVP, MVP, MVP.
Right.
I think practically, the rushing touchdowns that he'll add, the dynamic of Stephon Diggs being on the team, his accuracy will improve deep.
Yep.
Also, he's going to force feed him. So, just period, his accuracy is going to improve. Stephon Diggs doesn't drop the ball. So, it's going to get better there. The running game is going to be better. So, he's going to have support. The defense will it will look like the defense. So, Josh, as long as he doesn't do anything crazy like he did the first half of the season, he could very well be the MVP.
Give me a stat line.
Give you a stat line. I will go 34 touchdowns passing. I'll give you 7 rushing touchdowns.
Yo,
7.
you're giving this
7.
guy 40 touchdowns total?
I'm giving him 40. I'm gonna tell you why. I don't think he's gonna run more. And this isn't me. I don't feel like I'm being a homer.
Okay, I'm listening.
Look at the way that the offense was ran last season. If execution was better, I guarantee you Josh would have more touchdowns. Look at the drops. We even again, I can always reference the playoff game.
Yep.
If John Brown catches that one pass on like the 2-yard line or whatever,
Yep.
I'm guessing and hoping that they convert somehow.
I hear you. I hear.
I'm not
hear
talking
you
in
on
an
that.
auditorium. That's Rico's sound. Just so y'all know.
Is it my sound? My bad. My bad.
Yeah, because I get that feedback. I can hear
Okay.
it.
My fault. My fault. I will say this though. With the drops that you mentioned, with execution issues that took place, I think that it could make up for a lot of the misplays coming into this year. So the misplays that he had last year, if we clean those up, I think we have very strong potential to really go far with the likes of Josh Allen. Like it has to be. It's a big step that he has to take. Last night's show, I was asking question who's got the most pressure. Would you agree that the pressure falls on Dable this year to propel Josh Allen?
No. This year, I think the pressure. I would put the most pressure this year on the defense.
On the defense,
Because
that's the first.
I know last year
You're gonna have to explain yourself on this.
I got
one.
you, but the reason why there's pressure is because now we have an expectation of them. It's like they are supposed to play this way.
Okay.
We have expectations of the offense to gel, but we still. So say if Stephon Diggs and Josh doesn't connect right away,
Right.
we'll give them the excuse. Okay, well they'll need time to gel. We had
Yep.
the coronavirus this summer, so they didn't get to really play together as much during the summer. They didn't practice, so the offense really won't be as we'll give them a little bit more rope.
Okay. I get that
The
part.
defense is expected to be here, and with the losses that we had, we actually brought in people to replace them equal or better. So on paper, we're supposed to be exactly what we were or better.
Yep.
To me, that's pressure.
So, but haven't we proven that the pressure shouldn't be on the defense because we've done it 3 years in a row? It's
No.
the norm now. So is there that much pressure? Because right now,
That's why it's pressure, because it's the norm. The first
Right.
time you do something that's outside of the norm, then we're going to be trashing the defense,
so less pressure on the offense, more pressure on the defense.
in my opinion. Yeah,
Wow.
because last year we expected the defense to carry the team in general.
Yep.
So now if the defense doesn't hold up that end of the bargain, we won't be the team we were because the defense.
So here's okay, and I like that. Here's what I'm gonna flip the script on you too. So I say obviously on my end, in my opinion, it's on the offense because we know the defense is gonna do what they do. We have to hold our end of the bargain now. You guys always hold it down. We're the ones that are always holding the defense back because we're not putting up points on the board, and we're putting way too much pressure on the defense. So now it's the pressure's on the offense. We have to hold our end of the bargain. We've got to put up more points than 17 points a game. Can't do it. You can't do it. One rushing touchdown and maybe a passing touchdown and a damn field goal, not gonna cut it. You can't do that. We need
Not good enough.
and not to dismiss what you're saying because it's a valid point. But I think now the pressure's not on the offense because now you have a running back room stable that's strong. Two strong running backs in that room. You got a nice, I'd say, what would you call the tight end room?
I would think the tight end room still needs help. In my opinion, that was the weakest room. I know we are going to talk about that later. Right. I know we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah.
That's the weakest room to me.
Okay. So you got the tight end room that I may disagree with you on that, but we're going to talk about it. And then the receiving room has been bolstered tremendously. Mm-hmm. The offensive line comes back together, right? 2 years now, it's going to be everybody back on the same. Like, come on, man. The pressure is going to. What's that?
And better depth.
Absolutely. So the pressure to me is mounting right now on Dable and Josh Allen, and they've got to do it. Defense is going to do what they do, right? You got a head coach that is defensive minded. He's going to hold these guys accountable. It's the offense that's in question. So we need to make sure that these guys are on point. So I like what we've brought up so far. We're 20 minutes in. How you feel, Jay Spence?
I'm good, man.
You feel great?
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are. Oh snap! I gotta go back. We got a new member. It's Ryan Teal. Bing, biggity, bing. We got a new member. Let's go, Jay Spence. This is the first time you're part of the show. We do this, man.
Yeah.
We do this.
This is it. Let's go.
We got a new member, my guy, Ryan Teal. Welcome to the Bing Squad, my G. Listen, for those that are wondering how to become part of the Bing Squad, it's simple. Join. There's so many websites that we have. Pierre's got so many things going on right now. You can either click that little chat on the bottom, or it's joinbf.com. Joinbf.com, and we good to go. So I think that we have a good understanding of what this offense is going to bring this season. I think that we have the same expectations for this defense, the same expectations for a quarterback. I think he's going to leap. Second topic of the night. I saw this somewhere and I was like, ooh, actually I was talking to a colleague of mine. He listens to he's a Packers fan. And I guess one of the podcasts he was listening to, the topic at hand was, which position group on your team do you feel the most confidence in that you can close your eyes and you know they're good? And which position group on this team do you feel like is the one where you're like, you know what, I'm not 100% on board with this, and I think they need more help. So you kind of let the cat out of the bag. So I'll let you touch on the strongest, and then you can touch on your weakest. Floor is yours.
So the strongest to me at this point right now would be the safety room or the defensive back. Trey with Micah and Jordan, I think we're good there. The tight end room to me, I just need to see more out of Dawson. I need to see more out of Sweeney. I personally would hope Sweeney can step up and take over that blocking tight end role, and we let Lee Smith go this summer.
Okay.
That would be my personal hope, but we need to improve in that room.
So, do you feel confidence in Croft? Because I'm gonna try to run through.
I don't think he's healthy enough to last the season.
Not at all. Okay. Even with a full off season that he's had,
I don't think he's healthy enough. He didn't do it in Cincinnati, and then he came here. He didn't do it here. It's just, and I get that. He injured himself, like it was the re-injury.
Right.
Was it the same foot?
I think it was a different foot. I think he broke a different foot.
So yeah, I'm trying to help him. I'm like, it's the same
I think it was a different foot.
I'm trying to help him, man. He's just not. He's not healthy, man. He won't stay on the field.
Okay. So let me run through the positions. Let me run through the guys on the squad, and you just give me a little bit of synopsis of what you feel. Okay. So cool. Dawson Knox.
Great potential. I think his ceiling is. I can't wait to see who he's going to be.
Okay. Weaknesses that you feel in Dawson Knox. What does he need to work on?
Drop passes for sure.
Okay.
I would like to see him focus on being a better blocker as well, so that way he can just be an all-around tight end.
Okay, better blocker.
I would like to have one of those stud tight ends like you see in San Francisco, or give me a Kansas City tight end. Give me that.
Okay. So you're looking for that Pro Bowl type tight end.
Yeah.
Okay. So Croft we spoke on. Lee Smith. I know you don't want him on the squad, but give me something about Lee Smith.
Well, he's an incredible blocker to me. But the problem is, when he's in the game, we're running.
What we're doing.
And then
absolutely.
And also on top of that, last season, too many times that I can remember, he didn't play a ton of downs, but there was a good percentage of the downs that he did play. He would always draw a flag, and not in
True.
a good way.
He's the
He's
flag
always,
getter.
yeah, man. He's
Man,
always a false
let
start
me
or
tell you something,
something.
man. Lee Smith annoyed the heck out of me every time. Hold on, I gotta stop the press. I gotta stop the press. My guy Ryan
Let's
Till,
go. Oh
bing, biggity,
snaps!
bing. Let me bang that shit one more time. Bang that shit one more time again. My guy. Yo, I gotta give respect. Listen, man. I'll tell you this, man. The the members that we that support Buffalo Fanatics are there's no one better. These
They're
guys are
second to none,
legit.
man.
They love what we do, and that's why I put all the energy back in to give them a good show. Jay Spence, this is part you part of it now, man.
It's
You part of
happening.
this, man. I'm just
Yeah.
saying. So I appreciate that, Ryan Till. You're a good man. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right because I always butcher everybody's name, but it seems to be right. Ryan Till, I appreciate the donation. The donation it goes right back into BF, and we making it happen, man. I appreciate that. That's love.
Yeah,
God
that's
damn, that made
awesome,
me
man.
happy,
Thanks,
boy.
man. Yeah.
Yeah. So Lee Smith, you feel incredible blocker, but you feel like he's expendable, and you could get rid of him as well.
Well, I don't think he's expendable right now because I need to see more from Sweeney, or I need not Dawson Knox to be a more all-around tight end.
Okay, and I'm gonna drop off Sweeney now, and give me something about Sweeney.
Well, Sweeney, like I said, it was just that he needs to improve that blocking. We need to see more consistency from him.
Okay, and last one is because I don't think you're gonna. You probably don't think I was gonna bring this guy up, but Jason Kroom.
Oh, I don't think he makes the team.
Oh, the disrespect.
No, it's not disrespect. I like Jason. I think he's very athletic. He's quick. He's a good. I like him.
So
But
what
the
what
talent
makes
level.
what makes Sweeney over Sweeney over Kroom or crossed over Kroom?
I feel that Kroom, to me, when I watch him on the field, he's more, in my opinion, and I could be wrong. I'm sure I have a bad take here, but
I hear you.
to me, he's more of like a hybrid tight end. I look at
Okay.
him at a tight end wide receiver.
Okay,
We need a tight end on this team.
I got
So
you.
it's like our wide receiver room is straight. We don't need a tight end to play the role of wide receiver. We need a
Got
tight
it.
end that's going to be a tight end.
So you want a big boy that can get in inline block, do
Yeah.
all that? Cause I got you. No, that's not a bad take at all. My guy Corey Buffalo asked, "Have we ever had 1,000-yard tight end before?" Golly, I don't think
know,
we've ever
man.
had. I mean, it probably dates back way back in the day, but
Yeah.
the tight ends that stand out to me is Scott Chandler. I don't think Scott Chandler ever came close to 800 yards receiving, right?
Yeah.
Jay
don't think
Remersma
so.
from way back in the day. We had Robert Royale back in the day. He was some trash. Yo, man, we have had some tight ends. You remember Robert Royale? Boy, that boy had hands of stone. He could not catch a damn
I
cold.
do remember Robert. I do.
Oh man, I brought you back. I brought you back in the past with that one. Ben Johnson says Rico never mispronounces my name. I want to. Ben Johnson, my guy, Canadian spirit. You know what it is. So we talked about the position strength that you feel that is the strongest and the weakest. We got that. So let me jump into where I might throw some people off, but I'm gonna agree with you with the defensive backfield. That to me is the strongest unit on our team. You got two that could be Pro Bowl safety tandem in Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer. They're like maybe a statistic, like an interception or two away from being a Pro Bowler with what they do and what they bring to the table. And they're just solid together. They're just a great group. You got Trey White, Mr. Whiteout himself, doing the big thing, and then you got Josh Norman coming through. That I know a lot of people are not a big fan of him. I don't think he's going to give us what he used to do back in Carolina, but that's I'm sure we went into it knowing that he's not going to, but there's a potential that he could. So why not bring him on? And if we have the money to do it, take advantage of it, right? Hold on a sec. Someone's giving you some love right now. Jay Spence holding it down. Much love. Look at
What
Jay
up,
Spence
Sam
getting
Dubs?
some love, man. You getting some love, baby. So I'm with you. The defensive backfield is legit to me, and I'm with you on that. The one position group that I feel is to me the weakest, and I don't even feel that they're weak. I think we're a solid team all around, so I don't want things to get all. He thinks this is the, you know what I mean? You catch what I'm saying. But I'm gonna go with the O-line group, right? And here's the reason. When we brought in Ty Nseke, we drafted Cody Ford. John Feliciano comes in. who's the center
Quinn
that we got?
Spain. Mitchell Morris.
Mitchell Morris, excuse me, Mitchell Morris, Quentin Spain. So everybody's coming back. Okay, so we didn't really improve. So it's all the same. And I had my reservations with Cody Ford. I was up and down. Is he a guard? Is he a tackle? His feet are slow, but he's so strong and he's had good games. Like we went against Denver, and he nearly shut down.
He played
Von
very
Miller.
well against Von. Yeah, he
You know what I
played
mean?
very well.
Nearly shut down Von Miller, but then he has games where he just you watch something, you're like, oh come on, man, who was that? Oh, that was Cody Ford. You know what I'm saying? So like it's some of those situations, and what replays in my mind all the time, right now, every time I look at it, I think of our O line is when I think you remember the play. It was Josh Allen, boot to the right, lead blocker. Lead blocker is Dawson Knox and Cody Ford. And they let Cunningham get through and blow up Josh Allen.
Yeah.
And that was I'm telling you right now, they make that block, Josh Allen is in for 6. And to this day, I still remember that play. And I'm like, oh, but I can't hold it against it. But it makes me look at the O-line as they're not as I thought they were just going to make some improvements. But I mean, second year in, I think they could do great, do some great things. But I still have that in my memory. Right? They brought in
See, I
Darryl
challenge
Williams.
you there, man.
Go ahead, challenge me. I want it.
I do, but I just feel like last season, I know there were plays, obviously here or there, that they messed up. Every offensive line is going to give up a sack or have a missed assignment at some point. But when I compare it to the team or the year before, the offensive line was better, like by miles. And then the thing is, you have to look at the fact that Josh actually he's one of the league leaders as far as amount of time to the throw. Like he just takes forever. He just holds on to the ball. So a lot of the stuff that negatively happened, I don't feel like I can really blame it on the offensive line.
I understand it. I do. I understand it. And a lot of it is chemistry between quarterback to center to his lineman. Everything is timing based. But when you go through the line one by one with your guys, like for instance, Deion Dawkins, I love Deion Dawkins. Energy is there, loves the city, loves the team, and prime for a very big year because this is a contract year for you know what I'm saying, for Deion, for D.
He already know.
Yo, you know. So he's gonna be on his Grizzly this year, right? But there was always chatter with, is he a guard or is he, and it's always that, man, is he a guard or is he a tackle? Is he a guard or is he a tackle? And he's holding it down at left tackle. So I'm good with my guy D Doc. I mean, left tackle, and I think he's gonna have a solid year. Then you move into Quentin Spain. It makes you wonder. He was one of the better linemen in the league last year when he was a free agent. Titans didn't bring him back. Why not? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that he was asking for a whole lot of money, right? Because we got him for cheap, for the low. And then we picked him up. And he had a fantastic year. But it still makes me wonder. I'm very skeptical. I'm very skeptical on that. So I'm like, is he going to regress this year? Now that he got a bit of a, he got a bit of a security now. It makes me wonder. Then you have Mitch Morse. Came in with a great resume coming from the Chiefs. But the concussion kind of slowed him down. And truth be told, when I was looking at Mitch Morse sometimes, I mean, he didn't stand out to me like the guy. You know what I mean? Like the top lineman, because there's some plays I was watching, I was like, ooh, who was that? Oh, that was Mitch Morse? You know what I'm saying? So I'm still reserved on what he can bring to the team. But in year 2, I see a lot of things. Feliciano, I'm a big fan of Feliciano. So that was a bright spot. I think he was one of our better linemen last year, in my opinion. And it's just the Cody Ford and Ty Nseke that threw me off. Ty Nseke, I was like banging the table for this guy. Yo, he's going to be nice. Yeah. I know he's older, but I think he's going to be a great addition. Boy can stay healthy. And on top of that, there was some plays where you're like, come on, man. Is that Mitch? Damn, Ty Nseke? Damn. And then Cody Ford, rookie, he's still got some things to learn. So year 2 is very crucial. So I don't want to say like that's a position group that I'm going to ignore, but it's one that I'm paying attention to because I got to see if they're going to give us that next level and give Josh the time. Because if he doesn't have time, there's no point in having a Stephon Diggs with a Gabe Davis, with a Cole Beasley. You don't got no time, forget about it, man. So I was hoping that we would have had some improvements on the line, but we stayed stagnant. We stayed the same. So hopefully they take the biggest leap forward and give Josh all the time in the world to do what the heck he does and goes from there.
Okay, we'll see. I think the thing with
long-winded, but you catch what I'm saying.
No, it's good. I get it. Like, because with Spain, the thing is, I don't I don't think he's going to regress at all. I think the thing that happened with the Titans is that obviously that he was Mr. Undrafted, as
Yeah.
we know.
Right?
Wish Morse was to play
Yeah.
tight.
Pure
Well,
fool.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he's a fool. He he's Mr. Undrafted. I
Yep.
think this is who he is, and I think that he obviously took a discount to stay with Buffalo. He could have made so much more this season
Yep.
elsewhere. He wanted to stay here, so I don't think the payday was even a thing. He could have made a couple more million and been somewhere else in better weather with not as good fans. So he could have been gone. Feliciano, I'm actually a little bit opposite. I think he was good. I'm not at all saying that he wasn't one of the better linemen,
Right.
but I think his role could be challenged. I just do. I think
By
Williams
who?
being here,
By who?
Daryl Williams.
So you think they'll move Daryl Williams into guard?
Um, well, the way I want to do it, I want Williams to be right tackle and
Uh
move
huh.
forward into guard. So that's kind of how I'm wording it when I say that Daryl Williams will play a role
I
in that.
got you. Because the signing of Daryl Williams did make me kind of like, okay. So what's happening here?
Yeah,
Do they not are they not as confident? And I know depth is always great to have, no question. But they still have Ty and Seke on the squad. We still have Ty and Seke.
yep,
So the Daryl Williams signing is somebody on its way out. But you quickly saw what happened last year. We brought in the lineman from New England, and then he got hurt,
Adrian Waddle.
Legion Waddell. So I think them what happened to Legion Waddell. I think like, yo, we can't take any chances on my bringing Daryl Williams just in case. Because does Daryl Williams even stay on the team? You just never know, right? So it's
Right.
one of those situations. But that's my stance on the O line. Although I'm not like I'm so worried about the O line. Not. It's more so that I'm like my eyes are on them to see if can they take that leap, that second step to give Josh Allen the time so he can deliver to the weapons that he's got. Because right now, yo, would you say the theme of this year is no excuses?
Absolutely.
Man, no
There's you have no excuses.
man.
Josh, you have to perform. The
You have to.
defense, you have to perform. Coach McDermott, you have to coach better in tough situations.
Absolutely.
There's no excuses. You have all the talent in the world. They have all the resources that they need. There's no excuses.
So who put somebody? Pierre put 4 brand new linemen gelling on the fly. Continuity could be key. Absolutely, there's no question about that. There is
I
definitely no
felt like they
question
played
about
well, man. I
that.
did. I mean, again, they made mistakes, I'm sure, but maybe I'm just comparing it to the year before, so it's
Yeah,
not fair to really think that they're a good offensive line. But
yeah,
it was horrible the year before. I felt bad for Shady. Every time they handed him the ball, I
over with.
wanted to
Uh,
cry for LaShawn McCoy.
Trust me, man. But LaShawn McCoy also was not seeing the holes that were there, man. I think me and Pierre were talking about it, man. I'm like, yo, he's just not hitting the holes that it's right there, but he's second guessing himself and taking another hole. He was giving me almost like CJ Spiller, like
Yeah,
reading, right? So I wasn't feeling that. Timothy Root says, what about the kid that was the UDFA? I think it was Alex Thomas. Who was the lineman that we grabbed that was supposed to be pretty good? His name is eluding me right now. Um,
I know who you're talking about.
His name is eluding, but we did sign a undrafted free agent. I just can't remember his name
I,
at the moment right now.
to be honest with you, I don't remember many of the undrafted free agents right now. But I'll do better for season time, I promise.
I hear you, man. My guy Ben Johnson, yo Trey, that's what it is. Thank you very much, Trey Adams,
Yeah,
Sterling, my guy. So
he
yeah,
was
Trey.
actually my hot take, my to make the team.
Oh,
He
you
was
you
he was projected to be a top 10 pick a couple seasons ago.
yeah
He had a couple injuries and just things happening off the field, but he also had a bad at the combine. He had a bad performance there. He ran the slowest 40 of the
yeah.
entire combine.
Sometimes
So
the combines will kill you,
yeah.
ladies
So
and
with that
gentlemen.
being said, I think he'll be fine.
I think he'll be fine too. Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by my guy, Jay Spence the King. Code of Conduct is the podcast. My man's is putting in that work. If you listen to the Code of Conduct podcast, he doesn't just stick to football and the Bills, man. He touches a little bit on the topics that are going on around the league. And not only that, touches on the NBA. And I'm so glad to hear that you are a Lakers fan.
All day.
My brother, because because right now I'm in the podcast room, but my walls right now are purple and gold in the other side. Lakers till I die.
Let's
I'm telling
do
you that
it.
right now. But let me tell you,
This week's episode actually got Alex Collingsworth from Lakers Central.
Oh, you
He'll
do?
be on the podcast this week, dropping Wednesday. Gonna be a big show. I need all y'all to really check it out. Honestly, it's gonna be a big show. I'm excited. He's my favorite Lakers podcaster.
Did you see the news of Lakers film room? How he got let go from the Athletic, and the Lakers went and hired
And
him
they
and says
picked him
you're gonna
up.
be our
Yeah,
video guy. Yo, that made me so happy for the dude, man, because he
yeah.
puts all the work in. I gotta give it to him,
He's
man.
dope.
He is too good. How you going? Athletic screwed up on that one. They
Yeah,
messed up.
yeah. Mike
They
is
definitely
dope.
messed up. They messed up. Bada Bing Crosby says, "How big of an impact will our majority of returning players under the same coaches be? How that's a huge."
Huge impact.
That's huge, man. The amount of players that are coming back. I think they said it was like 80% of the players on our team are back. I think higher
Yeah.
than that actually. I'm paraphrasing here, but like, dude, it is massive, 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 massive. Who do we got? We got my man Chris says, Rico, how do you watch the Lakers? Do you have the league pass? I can't listen. The games for us are 10 o'clock at night. I can't. I gotta watch replays, or if they're playing on the weekends, that's when I'll catch the games, man. But that's the only way I can, man. 10 o'clock, man. And by that time, I work overnight, so I'm gone, man. I'm out. But I have to, when you die hard, you find ways to watch the games, man. You find
But
ways
that's
to
why I
watch
was
the games.
happy I moved out here too. Like so right now, this time of year, we're 3 hours behind.
Yep.
So when you go into sleep, I still got 3 hours, man. I'm ready. I'm with it.
You got it. So hold on. What time is it now? Because for me, it's 8 o'clock. So what you
Yes, it's 5:13 right now.
5:30. Okay, so you got the sunlight in your back. Okay, I see you, man. By the way, I need to ask y'all, man. My guy Jay Spence is new to Buffalo Fanatics. He's fresh on the scene. How y'all feel about me bringing my man back on and seeing more Jay Spence? If you guys are feeling Jay Spence and his takes, he hasn't given me a hot take yet. I'm waiting for like a hot
I
take
gave
where he
you one.
starts. No, I'm talking about ones where they say, "Boo! We ain't
Oh.
feeling that one." Because these fans
Yeah.
will let you know.
Well, they
If
did
it's-
the other day on my show. I said Sean McDermott was the top 5 coach in the NFL. I got
But you
I
were,
got crucified.
I was with you with that.
Yeah,
I was
you was with me,
completely
but man, you should see my comments, man. I got
Oh
crucified.
man, bump that, man. Yo, stay on that hill. Don't.
No, I'm
you know,
on it.
you-
I'm not getting off of it. I'm on it.
So if you guys are feeling what my guy Jay Spence is saying and feeling his energy on screen, show some love. Give me a thumbs up. Show my man some love right now. Code of Conduct is the podcast. Join us on the Buffalo Fanatics Podcast Network. And how often are you going? So the people
Every
know
Wednesday.
when you're going.
You'll see me more too. I'll be doing some live things like this
100%.
and other things. But every Wednesday for sure, you can look forward to the Code of Conduct pod.
100%. I gotta ask everybody else, man. I want everybody to close their eyes as Jay Spence talks. Doesn't he sound like Mike Tomlin? This mother, you sound exactly like Mike. What? You sound exactly like Mike Tomlin. Everybody, close your eyes and hear this guy. It's like Mike Tomlin at a press conference. I'm telling you,
I
man.
have to go and listen to him.
Oh my God, man. You Mike Tomlin right now. This guy, you crazy,
I
boy.
gotta listen to him.
I'm saying, man. So, I gotta bring another topic. This is offhand topic. It's an offhand topic, right? So it's off the cuff. And as we bring this topic up, I'm going to be taking questions from the members in here. So my question to you, because I haven't done it with you yet, our record this year. What do we finish with this year?
11-5.
You feel strongly about that?
Strongly at 11-5.
11-5. I like that because 11-5 seems to be the consensus going on. There's some people that are saying we're 8-8, 9-7. We do have a tough schedule, but I'm with you, man. At 10, to me, 10 wins is the bare minimum that we need to get. Bare minimum.
Oh yeah,
We can't even squeak into a 10-6. It has to be 10-6 bare minimum. Man, listen, look, you see this mess? 16-0. Jeff
man.
Yang
Joe
says we're
said 13-3.
13-3.
Yeah, but Joe said that too.
Yeah, 13-3. Listen, man, and Jeff Yang says that's realistic. I'm talking. He's spitting real truth. He says he's spitting real truth.
Okay.
Jay Spence is almost as cool as Rico, deemed acceptable by Ben Johnson. Hey,
Appreciate that, Ben. I appreciate you.
That's my guy, Ben. What's Pierre got to say? Pierre is always up in. Pierre's that guy that he's watching a show and he's like, "Why aren't they listening to me? Let me text some more." That's my guy, Pierre. Pierre says, "Here's a question: say Josh Allen takes another step, but still has a few questions. Do you try to extend him after week 17? After week 17 is when we can start talking extensions."
No, I pick up his 5th-year option. I extend Trey.
Trey's who you definitely extend. But extending him and giving a brand new contract, nah. You give him a 5th-year option. You give him a 5th-year
Yeah,
option.
you pick up that option.
That's just for me. I think that's the norm. I think that's what you have to do. Unless he gives you abilities that is just unquestionable, like nah, you pick up the option and keep going from there. And even then, it will
Well,
cost you. Go
well, no,
ahead. What were you gonna say?
it's a question. Can't you only do the 5th-year option on one first-round pick? Because we have obviously him and Tremaine Edmonds from that year.
That's a great question because I don't know. I have no idea.
I'm not sure. I have to look it up.
Yeah.
But if you can only do one, at that point, I would obviously extend Tremaine Edmonds like right away. There's no question in my mind that he's the linebacker of the future for this team.
No, I'm
There's
with you on that
there's
one.
no question for me with Josh, but just based off the question that Pierre asked.
Listen. I'm not gonna lie with you. I'm with you on that. Sometimes it makes me I question a lot of the things that you see Twitter. And the amount of good things that we see on Twitter and outrageous things we see on Twitter, and I'm like, man, how could someone have a thought process that? And sometimes I'll challenge it. I don't know about you. Do you engage with a lot of people on Twitter to get the back and forth?
Yeah.
And the amount of takes right now. So like right now, I gotta look it up. And as I look it up, I'm actually, let me just see some of the questions that we have in the chat right now. Scroll about this.
While you're looking, I purposely respond, and sometimes I respond even with a take that I don't agree with, just to get people talking. I like making people mad about them, man.
Yeah, no, there's no question. Like right now, like the chatter right now going on is, I asked the question, is 4,000 yards passing something outrageous to ask for from Josh Allen? And some folks are like, yeah, it's not outrageous, but statistics aren't everything. And although I agree, and that's what I was looking for, because I just wanted to make sure, because I wanted to get a response, but I kind of paraphrase it. Although I agree with the whole statistics aren't everything, but a lot of the things are based off of statistics.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? So like, to me, although I want to see 4,000 yards passing, the 4,000 yards passing tells me other things were great, right? Wins and losses, to me that's a whole different ball game, because a lot of people want to bring up, well, look at Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston threw for 5,000 yards, and look where they're at, right? Somebody brought up, I think it was Greg Thompson, said the top 5 passers had records of like 7-9, 8-8, 6-10, 7-9. So like pretty much saying none of them made the playoffs, right? Fair, and that's a great point. But to me, I need to see those statistics. I want those raw statistics. Now that tells me my quarterback is capable of throwing for 4,000 yards, not like 3,000. I'm like, oh, so he's like a border. Like, no, if I know you can hit the 4,000 yards, and that means your volume, it's like a shooter, man. Shooter's always going to shoot. You think Steph Curry's ever going to stop shooting? He's going to always shoot. You know what I'm saying? So when you have a cannon for an arm for Josh Allen, you got to exercise that cannon, but you got to keep shooting until you get maybe the right piece of Stephon Diggs. And Stephon Diggs will maybe take him to the next level. And to me, that's the way I look at it. And with the Cole Beasleys and the Gabe Davises and all those guys around, I can't see it happening. Are you on board with the 4,000 yards, or you're like, nah, man, 4,000, you don't even need that, man. He could just give me 35.
I'm on board with it. I don't feel like we need it, but I'm on board with it. I was actually going to say that earlier, but we got off of when I was going over my stat line for Josh. I absolutely, I give him 4,200 yards.
4,200 yards?
I think he's going to have multiple 300-yard. He's going to come out the gate on fire, man. Like, it's going to be fun to watch. The offense is going to be fun this year. I'm telling you.
It's going to be fun, but listen, man, what's his face has got to bring it down, man. Brian Dable, he's going to get too cute on me now. LeBaron Van Buren says, yes, 4,000 yards out of range for him. Night, baby girl. Love you.
All right, sorry.
Yeah,
I appreciate you, but that was wrong.
He said that was wrong.
Hey.
Say bye, everybody. See ya. Okay, chop. Oh, here comes the other one. My bad, man. I got to get the girls in. You
good. I had the dogs earlier.
You want to steal the show? Okay.
Yeah, the girls are better.
Yeah, the girls are better for sure. Listen, I'm a girl dad, man. I got 3 girls. Okay, see you, girls. Good night. Vanessa, yes, I know. I said 3 girls. So yeah, man. So 4K, he says, is out of the range. Listen, man. If he's giving me 4,000 yards, that means he's running less. He doesn't need to run, and he's utilizing the weapons that we pay. That's the way. That's my mentality in this. Right now, Josh is Josh. He likes to impose his will. He likes to impose his presence, his physical nature. He's gonna run your ass over. So he will do what he's got to do. Like you said, you think he's gonna? What do you say? He's gonna give us 7 touchdowns. 7 touchdowns.
7. But I'm saying like it's going to be in that range. He's not going to run a lot of yards though. Like the yards won't be like
crazy.
The first 2 seasons it won't be that.
He ran for
less last
season. I think he ran for 800 yards his 800 or 600 yards his first year. Then he ran for and they ran for like 400 to 500 yards last year.
Mm-hmm.
So if he gives me 4 to 5, I'm okay with that. But I need that passing yardage to go up.
But I'm hoping he's around that 3. I need 300 rushing yards. I don't need you to be 5.
I'm okay with that too.
Don't put your body in jeopardy.
I'm okay with that too.
Know what I mean? Yeah.
Jeremiah Barkley says 4,000 yards is not out of range for Josh. He just needs to throw 50 to 100 more times this season and improve his comp percentage by a few points. Okay, so this is another thing that I wanted to tuck on. Okay, and I see Pierre's got something. I'm gonna drop that what Pierre said, but I'm gonna put that in there now. So what Jeremiah said is I'm on board with that, right? Like it's not out of range for him, but that percentage, that completion percentage. I used to Pierre knows, man. I was like, yo, if he just antes up and gets 61 to 64%, I'll give him 62 to 64%. To me, offensively, we're much better. And if his completion percentage goes up, everything else goes up too, right? And that's the way I look at it. And Pierre was like, no, it's not about percentage. Completion percentage, who cares about that? Like, is he efficient? And I'm like, but efficiency shows me. If he's at 56%, come on, man. You got to ante that up. You got to ante up. But then there are guys that are at nearly 70%, and all they do is check downs. So it's easy to be at 70% or 60, the high 60s, but you're checking down all day. I'm not saying, and Josh doesn't have that mentality. But I see that percentage, and that's what my guy, I saw. Jeremiah says that he needs to have that percentage go up by a few points. I'm totally in agreement with that. Now, Pierre says, fix that deep ball, Don Dada. Touch on that. How do you feel about that comment by Pierre?
Well, I mean, that's all I've been saying. That's why I feel like Josh is on the MVP train, because the addition of Stephon Diggs, period, is going to fix the long ball. He was accurate to John Brown.
Yep.
You get another guy who's just as good at the deep ball. So not only, but you're throwing to John Brown and Stephon Diggs deep. Beasley under the middle or whatever slot. You're good, man. I'm telling you, that deep ball, let's stop throwing it to fullbacks.
Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that, man. But I'm with you. I'm with everybody that deep ball's got to fit, because we know how efficient he is in the intermediate. You know what I mean? That 8 to 12 yard range, even further than that, 15. Josh is nice. Short range, he can hit that. It's just he just doesn't seem to be connecting on the deep ball. Now, what is it exactly? Is it a matter of he doesn't have enough time? Is it touch? Is not enough touch? Because I know one thing that I said that he needed to work on was his touch. If he can work on his touch, it'd be a lot. I think the receivers would be able to get the yak, because I'm all about yak. Yak is, I preach on yak all day. Get me. I hated Sammy Watkins for this reason, where my man, he showed a bit of yak this year, but when he was with the Bills, man, it was catch and go down. Yep. Catch and go down. Hey, man, give a little bit of Robert Woods into Sammy Watkins, man, we would have had something prime, man. And that's just my opinion. Which brings me into this question for you, because I just thought of it just right now. What was the best receiving core, and this goes for everybody, the best receiving core that the Bills have had since, I would say the 2000s. 2000s. Would you say this year's receiving core is the best, or have we had a better receiving core that you can remember? James Martin, I appreciate that donation, man. Excellent play and wins. The stats will be there. Agreed. 100%.
Appreciate you, James. I think, and this is just my opinion, I think.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the years. That's what took me so long.
Yeah.
But Eric Modes, Peerless Price, Lee Evans.
Did we have all three on one squad at one point?
I feel like we did, unless Lee Evans and Peerless Price kind of missed each other.
Oh, because I think Peerless Price maybe came the year after, because Peerless left to go to Atlanta.
Baltimore, right? Was it Atlanta?
Because Lee Evans went to Baltimore. Lee Evans, when he left, he went to Baltimore. I think Peerless went to
Atlanta. And Peerless went to Atlanta. Yeah,
he went to Atlanta. But were they all three on one squad? I can't remember that. I can't remember.
Modes and Peerless was.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you know what? Maybe this is the best wide receiver, because I would have remembered if they all three.
For sure. Because I'm thinking back. I'm like, hold on. We had the one that I can remember that was like, that's one of the best I've seen in a while. Was we had Sammy Watkins, Robert Woods, Marquise Goodwin. And I'm not saying that's a fire receiving core, but that, if you think about like what we've had, it wasn't great. Let's go back. We had Stevie Johnson, which is my favorite Bill of all time. Stevie Johnson is my guy. Stevie Johnson. We had David Nelson. Was it Nelson? Yeah, David Nelson. We had freaking Roosevelt. Namon Roosevelt. Okay. We had Damon Jones. Was it Damon Jones? Am I saying that right? The guy that's in the booth. The guy that's in the booth right now. He's in the booth right now. I mean, I'm trying to think of like when we had a receiving core this good. Can y'all help me out? Y'all need to help me out. Hold on a second. I see my guy.
You know what? Maybe was Stevie with Terrell Owens? I know he was with
Terrell Owens. Yeah, it was.
I know it was the end of the year.
Yeah,
Fitz had a good year that year.
Stevie and Terrell were on the same squad at one point. I remember the Bengals game. The Bengals game was epic. Stevie went off that game.
I can't argue with that. That's Stevie's my favorite wide receiver.
Oh, he is by far my favorite Bills player of all time. Jeremiah Barkley says Jordan Palmer worked with Josh on short to intermediate passes last offseason, and he improved a ton that range. That's correct. This offseason, they are working on the deep pass. Why is everyone worried about it? Like I said, he's thrown a lot of perfect deep passes at Wyoming. Look up the footage. It's on YouTube. Although I like what you're saying, I also know that is false because he was throwing the deep ball, but you're looking at highlights. Yeah, I mean, the highlights are going to show you all the highlights.
But Rico, wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it accuracy issues with the deep ball, or is it trust?
That's a fair question.
Because I feel like he trusted John Brown.
Okay.
And he was very accurate. Everybody else, he just threw it out there like, if you can go get it, go get it. If not, I'm not throwing an interception.
So you think it's not so much about the accuracy, but it's about who he's throwing to and trust.
Look at Robert Foster year one with Josh. When he came into when we picked up Robert Foster and we added McKenzie because they wanted to add some speed.
Okay.
He was accurate down the field. Season one, nobody complained about the long ball. We always complained about the short to intermediate.
Correct. That's facts.
All we complained about.
That's facts.
Second year, okay, Josh got the long ball. He worked on the short to intermediate during the summer with Palmer. He's going to fix it. Let's do it. Now the long ball isn't there. I don't know if it's because he's inaccurate now. I just think he didn't trust the guys.
Listen, man. Although I want to rock with you, but I can't rock with you with that, man. I can't because his accuracy wasn't just about the deep ball, because the same Foster was on the squad and they just could not click. What, he didn't trust him all of a sudden? All of a sudden the trust is gone?
Well, they didn't. I don't think they really threw it to Foster.
What do you mean?
He didn't have a ton. Foster didn't have as many opportunities as other.
And when he did have his opportunities, all of them were deep balls. If not, I'd say 90% of all the opportunities that Josh had were with him and Foster were deep balls, and they could not hit. Now,
first of all, they barely had reps together last season. Look at how many seasons. Look at the early part. Everybody was asking, why isn't Robert Foster even getting looked at? He's not getting any type of, period. We weren't paying attention to Foster for a few games.
For sure. Why? Why do you think?
I think there's some.
I'm putting you on the spot. I'm putting you on the spot for sure.
Well, I do. I think there were some behind the scenes issues that didn't make it to the public eye. The previous season, obviously they cut him because of whatever, his work ethic or whatever. Yep. Shady talked some sense into him. He got back. He finally made the team. I was hoping that he was going to turn into that player that we wanted.
Listen, we were all, because they were even talking about, I don't know if you remember, they were talking about Robert Foster being receiver number one. He's a receiver one. And we, even to this day, I'm not even sure what happened. That's why they brought in a Gabe Davis. Now, I will say this though, because you make a very good point with the trust issues, because when you go back and look at the trust he had with my guy Duke Williams, when you get in your championship game, to me it's our championship game because we make the playoffs with the squad. Mm-hmm. You're going against Houston. That's a big game. You target Duke Williams 10 times. Yeah. And I've been calling for Duke to get on the field for a long time. Everybody knows that. Documented. And 10 times, and you don't even go to your number one receiver, which is supposed to be John Brown. Right. And you know what I'm saying? So that's where I feel you have a point with the chemistry. If he likes you, he'll go after you. Another thing that I'm going to add is I feel like he likes a dog. You give me a dog in you, and I'm not going to take credit for this. Pierre and Bobby and the whole chat was saying this. If you give me the dog in you, like you know you nasty with it and you want the rock, I'm going to give it to you. That's what Duke Williams was about. Yo, man, I don't got many opportunities, so give me the rock. I'll get you that. I'll get it done. John Brown gives me the impression that he's a super nice guy, super quiet.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
quiet.
Hey, you know what I mean? You ain't no dog. You need a dog, man. So Stephon Diggs being the dog.
The dog. You got a dog.
He's gonna bring it. He's gonna bring it. So I feel good things coming. I really hope that deep ball is something that works, because if he gets a hold of that deep ball and he can really use that cannon, man, the sky's the limit for this damn Bills offense, man. Brian Dable saves his ass. He makes the coach look good. You know what I mean? The offense is a top 15 to top 10 offense. Man, Super Bowl. Can you see that?
Not this season. I see it next season.
He says, nope,
I'm just being honest.
You're
I don't
not
see
gonna
it
get me
this
there.
season. I like us. I think we'll win a playoff game, and I think we'll host a game at New Era Field. But I don't see us winning the Super Bowl. I would love to be wrong about that. I also think, hot take, I think Brian Daboll is the first coach that we lose to a head coaching position next season. So 2021, he's a head coach.
Really? You think he gets a head coach before Leslie Frazier?
I mean, possibly both, to be honest, because I feel like Leslie Frazier should have had a job last year, or this season, I should say. But no, with the way the offense is going to perform this year, he's gone, man.
See, man, I don't know about that, man. And
you just don't trust it.
I don't trust him.
No, I think part of the problem with a lot of Bills fans is that, again, we've been bad or mediocre for so long.
Yeah.
And we've been so used to being let down.
Right.
You know, like going into fourth quarters, we're up by 3, and it's like, oh, we're going to lose it.
Yeah.
Some people still has that, you know, oh man, that apprehension.
Right.
No, man, you got to get that out your head. Trust your guys, trust your defense, trust your coach, trust Josh.
Trust Josh, as you say. So, hot take: Brian Dable is going to be the first coach to leave to get a head coaching job. And do we hire from within, or do we go external? Because you know who's waiting in the wings.
Good question.
Because we have was my guy that was we hired him from the Panthers, and it's Ken Dorsey. Ken Dorsey might be the guy that takes
I would love
over.
to hire from within. Ken Dorsey, man.
Ken Dorsey.
We're lucky to have all of the guys we have.
Because Ken Dorsey was the quarterback coach / OC that helped the Panthers and Cam Newton get to MVP status.
Yep.
So, and a lot of people like to put the comparison between Josh Allen and Cam Newton. So that's a storyline for itself. So that being said, ladies and gentlemen, my guy Jay Spence the King, aka Mike Tomlin, in the building. I'm telling you right now, man.
I'm really gonna go listen to him.
I'm telling you right now. You close your eyes. You're not gonna be able to check. Tell wifey, listen. I'm gonna play this. Does he sound like me? She'll tell you right off the bat. Oh yeah, he sounds like me.
Got you.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I hope you guys enjoyed this show. I have a lot of fun doing this. Jay Spence, I hope you had fun. Fun?
Man, we got to do this more often.
Oh, we're gonna do it often.
For sure.
I'm telling you right now, man. We're gonna do it. And wait till the season starts. Wait till the season starts. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit, man. I'm so happy the wife got me these, man. Cause she used to get sick of me saying bing biggity bing. She's like, can you keep it down? Take this little bell and just ring the bell. No. We bing biggity binging it all day. That's the way I like it.
I love the energy, man. Your energy is contagious. I can't wait for the season, man. We got to do this during the season. I'm gonna be hype. I already know.
Boy, listen, Pierre talking. Let me put a little something. Pierre talking shit because he thought that I was trying to flex. He says, "Look at Rico tried to flex on camera." Man, get the milk duds out of here. Put them things up, boy.
When I get there, don't worry. I'm gonna be guns out. Don't you worry.
Guns out.
I'm wearing jerseys now. I'm getting there though, Pierre. You wait.
I see it, man. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's been great. It's been fun. I'm gonna try to be on as often as I can, and I'm gonna try to bring a guest on with me. I bring in my guy, Kevin, the Dolphin fan. Y'all love Kevin, Mr. Quiet Talker, Kevin. But Kevin knows his shit. Kevin knows his shit, and he's a sly talker. He'll take a shot at you. You don't even realize he took a shot at you, and you're like, "What? You talking shit?" You know what I mean? That's Kevin. Jay Spence, he's just getting warmed up. He's gonna be on way more often than you think. The Bills guys are doing their damn thing. Steve and Dave, boy, these guys are loving the camera. They used to do podcasts. Now they're all camera-like. Now they get new cameras. They're getting their hair done, all looking nice. Yo, man, the Buffalo Fanatics are doing big things, and y'all need to be on board. Y'all need to be on board because there's so much things coming. Listen, man, the next podcast dropping for my man Jay Spence is on Wednesday. Are you gonna
Yes,
give him a
sir.
sneak peek of what we're talking about?
Yeah, this week I'm actually touching on the Lakers. So sorry, Bills fans, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. We're gonna
Oh
talk about
boy,
my chances for year 17 for LeBron to get number 17 for the organization.
you're
We're
making
gonna be
people
talking
upset.
about him getting. I know. I'm sorry, but that's them my boys, man.
Let me take the words out of Martin Bradstreet. Let me keep it a buck with you, man. Nobody likes to mess with anything other than Bills talk. If they start hearing you
Hey,
talk about anything else, but man, get out of me, get that. But you know what? Sometimes you got to diversify. You gotta appease to the others. I get it.
well, I had the chance to get Alex on the show. I'm telling you, if anybody knows Laker Central, you know that this guy is top notch when it comes
Top
to
notch,
podcasting.
for sure.
Listen, this guy is not going to be a podcaster for long. This guy is going to be on ESPN or FS1 or somewhere.
Good for you,
So
man.
for me to get this guy, it's a big deal. So
It's a
Bills
big deal.
fans, listen to this. Listen to it. This guy is a
Listen,
big deal.
show my guy Jay Spence some love. We're putting out the content for you guys, and yeah, I mean, sometimes we just need a little bit of encouragement to keep going and keep giving you guys the heat and they keep giving you guys the good stuff. So I appreciate Jay Spence for coming through. I know y'all had fun. I had fun. I love doing this. Before y'all leave, man, smash that like, hit that subscribe. If you're hitting us up on Twitter, follow us on Twitter. Oh, by the way, Jay Spence the King. Follow my man on Twitter. Let's get that followership. Are you at 1,000 followers yet?
I'm close. I think I'm at like 970.
Yo, everyone, go hit my man up on Twitter. Get him up to 1,000 followers. We need that, and we're gonna do it up, man. So I appreciate it. Hold on a second. I got Jeff King saying a little something. He's like, I hate the fact that people judge Duke off the playoff game. They only use the poor guy in maybe a whole 3 games, and he was supposed to come into that game red hot. No, the man needed more red. Jeff
But
King,
who?
I was saying that since the beginning. You had this guy. What are you scratching your head for?
No, because I'm trying to understand who's really judging him negatively off the one game.
Because, well, I don't know who's judging him, but I think what he's trying to say is, well, because they were saying, oh, he dropped a whole bunch of balls and this, that, and the third. I know exactly what he's saying. Jeff King, I'm with you. Because they're saying, if he caught that ball in the end zone in the corner, it's game over. Although I agree, but if you gave him more reps with the quarterback in game, not in just practice while he's torching all the other corners, we would have had some big things happening. But they wait till the end of the season. I'm getting mad right now because I've been calling that since the beginning. They put him in the game against the Titans when we beat the Titans and came back from behind. And I told my brother, I'm like, yo, there's a guy by the name of Duke Williams that's getting the start. I'm starting him in fantasy. He's like, who the heck is Duke Williams, man? You always put these bums on your team. I said, you
And
wait.
killed it.
You wait and see. And Duke Williams with the damn touchdowns to win the game. So that should have been an indication to put this guy in. But they love to keep, like, I don't know what it is, man. I know there's a certain amount of roster spots that you can put on there, but you keep putting in Robert Foster as a special teamer. Man, bump all that, man. Yo, you have a guy that can produce for you on the offensive side of the ball, and man, I'm getting my bag right now because I don't want to do that. I'm getting into mid-season form. I don't want to do that just yet. I gotta save that.
You know what?
energy.
I'm gonna have to get you on the pod. We could talk about Duke Williams the whole show. We got to do that.
Oh, don't get me started, man, because
No,
I
for real.
get
Because I
upset.
think, well, it's an interesting dynamic when you talk about the wide receiver room. Because, like you said earlier, Josh loves dogs. So
And Duke
we
is a
got Robert
dog, man.
Foster, who we think or who we thought was going to be this superstar. You know, he's going to develop into that. He didn't. McKenzie, he's like a gadget player.
Yep.
He's not really in. He doesn't have a role that we really can't replace. Duke, we haven't had a player like Duke. We need that. And I know
Of
we just
course.
we got the guys that we drafted. I would love to keep Duke. Obviously, we got our top 3 guys. Listen, keep our rookies.
Do
Let's
it. Do it
go
right now.
into it with 6.
Give me your receiving room right now. You're about to do it. Just do it. What do you got?
I say we go 7. I say we go Stephon Diggs. We go John Brown, Beasley. Keep Duke. Keep both of our rookies,
Okay.
and then Andre Roberts for the special teams. No, McKenzie. I'm done with McKenzie.
You done with McKenzie? They just
Not
re-signed him.
not negatively. He's
I
awesome.
know. I know.
I don't
I
mean
know.
it like that.
I know.
It's just that he's a gadget player, so it's like we use him for certain trick plays, which is fine. But
Yep.
nah, let's punch people in the mouth, man. Let's get them dogs out there and let's just go.
Yo, you know how you got hyped when Pierre got you all hyped up for Josh
That's what
Allen?
you got
Get me
hyped
hyped up right now, man.
No, hey, you know what? This week, let's get you on the pod. Let's talk about it. Next episode, that'll be
Listen.
the show.
Listen.
That'll be the show.
Listen, I don't have the voice that Joe Miller has, But my voice, Ren, my voice, man, it does the business when it gets on the mic like this.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
make it happen. We gonna make it happen.
I'm telling you, man. Yo, you got me hyped up about Duke, man. Duke needs to make the team. Period.
Yeah.
Period. I don't want to see Robert Foster. I'm done with that dude. I was done with him last year. Let me tell you something about Robert Foster. They should have benched Robert Foster long ago, but they kept on messing around with it. Then they deactivated him to put in Duke Williams. Duke Williams shines, right?
Yep.
Right? Then they took McKenzie out to put Robert Foster in to do what McKenzie does with the little gadget stuff. That didn't quite work out. So get rid of him. Stop playing games, man. I think Dable has a lot to do with it because he's a former Alabama guy. Man, get the X out of here, bro.
And then here's my question too: Is John? I get that John Brown's your downfield guy. You want us to stretch the field, but he's quick. He's fast. Was he not able to do the gadget stuff?
Maybe they just had a role for him to be the number one receiver, and doing the gadget stuff, you're susceptible to, you know what I mean, some
more hits and everything.
You know
but I'm just saying, like, we have players, man. We can do this. We
absolutely do.
You know, we can cut those guys. We got Stephon Diggs is a dog. I feel like Stephon Diggs, if you put him in the backfield and ask him to run the ball, he would.
He will. He
we got guys like that. You got Duke, who's like that. You got Stephon Diggs, who's like that. And then you got running backs that make people make business decisions. Let's do this, man.
Oh, you get hyped up now. Now I got you hyped up.
Let's hit people in the mouth, man.
Yo, Jay Spence, you woke. You're awake now.
Let's go.
Let me tell you, before we get out of here, I gotta say this part. Because when you have a Diggs on the squad, and sometimes that's the one personality, the one energy guy, right? Like you said it. You said, man, you have so much energy. It makes me want to put in. It takes that one guy to put. We already have Josh Allen, which is a dog himself. He is a dog. When you go back to the Dallas Cowboys game, when he gets that first down and picks that rock up and says, get the F out my way, that type of energy, yes. And then you got a guy like Diggs. You don't think Diggs is going to rub off on John Brown? Rub off on Cole Beasley? Rub off on Duke Williams that's already a dog? Rub off on Dawson Knox? Boy, you better what? Bing, biggity, bing. I'm excited. And that's how we
running backs.
Them
running backs.
And that's how we end the show. Just like that. We're going to end it on a high note. We were supposed to end it 10 minutes ago.
It's all good.
And the wife is about to come down and march down and say, yo, the kids are in bed. What are you doing? I know. I can hear her footsteps coming down. I know it. Anyway, so that being said,
are you
folks,
kidding me? Sorry.
It's been fun. What's your dog's name, by the way?
This is Butter.
Butter? And then what's the other one?
The other, where you go? Come here. Okay.
You got the dogs up in there. I like it.
Yeah, this Cookie.
Oh, you got you got Cookie. Oh, little Cookie. There goes that kiss on the mouth, man. Boy, that kills me.
No, he didn't kiss me.
He's like, he didn't kiss me, man. I blocked it.
Not this time.
Yeah, that's it. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We were only supposed to go for half an hour.
Yeah, we were.
You know what I mean? And I tell myself all the time, yo, 40 minutes, that's it. Get in, get out, get your points across, and you go. And then the people start, you know what I mean? You get into your bag, and then boom, next thing you know, you're at an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? It's craziness. But anyway, it sounds like I heard an owl in the background.
Yeah,
that's craziness. That's craziness. So it is what it is. So Jay Spence, I appreciate you taking the time to come through. Enjoy the rest of your sunny day. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Saturday evening with the wifey upstairs. So, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys all tuning in. Samuel Harris, bing, biggity, bing. You know what it is. Keep tuning in. Code of Conduct is coming on Wednesday. And we'll try to get together. We'll try to make something happen with my crazy schedule, and we'll go from there. So, ladies and gentlemen, usually how I sign out, Jay Spence, is I go, ish, your boy, and then I say, I'm gone. Would you like to partake in the closing of the show?
Go for it. You're a pro, man. I'm a rookie. Go ahead.
We'll get that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's our show, and we'll catch you on the flip side. So, ish, your boy, and I'm gone. Let's go. Jay Spence.